Hi Pandas, here's your list. WWP 3. Take a moment and pause the screen and try to figure out how you want to sort your words. Look for patterns for the words and listen to how the vowels sound. Okay, pause the video. Okay, so you might have noticed that some of your words have the long I sound, like the word dive and the word pie. All right, let me make sure that one, yep, that is on your list. There you go. So when you look at these words, you're going to see the pattern here is that you have a vowel and a consonant and a vowel. And this E has that power to jump over and make that I say his name by only having one consonant in between those two. Then you'll notice that this IE pattern are together, those two letters will make the I sound, like in pie, or the word fried, the past tense of fry, or in the word fiery. There you go. So that IE is going to say the I sound. Alright, and then you might notice some of your words from your list had the is sound, like in pickle. That's the short I sound. Those are the words like hill and fish. And one thing you're going to notice about those words are the I is the only vowel in the word. And so since it's the only vowel and it's not an open syllable, so that means that the syllable hill ends in a consonant sound. Fish ends in that consonant sound. So because this vowel is not at the end, it's never going to say his name, and he's always going to have the I sound. Here, you might want to pause the video and look this over and practice these words and find the words that have the short I and the long I sound. For instance, the word pie is going to have the long I sound. You're going to hear that long I over the IE. And then you see the word bird, and you're going to know that that one's using that short I sound. All right, bird. Okay, so you're going to see that this IE is kind of a trickster. Sometimes he's going to say I, and sometimes he's going to say the long E sound. So here we have lie, pie, tie, fried, fiery, but then the IE in these words right here is going to have the E, field, shield, thief, brief. So just, you're going to have to learn the difference between the sounds that it makes. Alright, so since we're talking about the long I just thought this might be interesting to see that there's other ways that you can make the long I sound. Sometimes it can be when the I is by itself in its own syllable. So we've talked a whole lot about open and closed syllables, and for instance, in the word ivy, you know that that's a two-syllable word. And so the I is in the syllable all by itself. And we know that whenever a syllable ends in a vowel, it's going to have a long vowel sound. So I, V, and even that Y is going to have a long E sound because it's ending in the syllable. Alright, sometimes like we have on our spelling list this week, we have the I and the consonant and the E pattern. So take a moment, look over this and see if you can find a word with the I, the consonant, and the E. You might have noticed the word kite and the word right and the word bike and the word lime and the word nine and the word 5, and the word ice, dime, that follow that pattern. Now take a moment and notice that you have this IGH, which is a pattern. These three letters work together just to make one sound, which is that long I sound. So take a moment and look over the list and find some of those that make that long I sound. So here we go. We have light and night and right that use that IGH, bright. Now the last here is that Y, how this Y can sometimes make the long I sound, or it might make the long E sound. But our list today, you're going to notice that it's making that long I sound, the Y. So find a word on our list that's making the long I sound. Okay, did you find the word sky? You hear the I at the end of that one, and when you look at the word fly, you hear that the Y is making a long I sound. So, tomorrow, I want you to be able to show me for your homework that you know the difference between a long I and a short I. Alright, so for your homework, you have a choice. You could use your, you could back this video up to where you see your list of words, and I want you to find 5 words that have the short I sound in them, and then I want you to write 5 words that have the long I sound. So it's up to you. You could pull out a magazine, you could open up a cookbook, you could look at instructions to a video game, and go on a little scavenger hunt and try to find 5 words that have the short I and 5 words that have the long I. Remember, for these long I, look for those patterns where you have an I and a consonant and an E, or the IGH, or that Y that can sometimes make that I sound. Good luck.